Thanks everybody here in the cafe, and hi everybody out there on the stream. I'm just gonna go right through here. Speedy Delivery. Quicksilver's messenger service proudly waved a day-glow flag from the rooftops downtown when the freak rainbow power wave first rippled out from San Francisco. In North Beach, the clever beatniks with glee put on their beads and feathers, or dressed in gray to lead the way, sat drinking coffee in smoke cloud hangouts, dark American poetry mumblings. This account, of course, just so much mythological fanaticism. I wasn't there. I was a kid playing across the bay in a Pinole subdivision. Now I'm here, riding express elevators through the science fiction buildings, steel glass, marble, mirrored lights, the bicycle messengers, new freak power manifestors tear through town, long hair and dreadlocks flying, tie-dyed shirt tails flapping, walkie-talkies squawking. I move at a more measured pace. I'm slow. Small-time tyrant boss yells threats at me over the phone while I examine the check he gave me, light as a feather, and look for other work. I'm not Mr. McFeely, rushing about from dawn to dusk, speedy delivery, no time to talk right now, busy day, speedy delivery. He must get paid more than me, or does this job out of some duty. Or maybe he just likes to ride a bicycle. I've had disagreements with bicycles over the years, and the streets of downtown are not the place to resolve them. Instead, I ride the bus all day, learning the schedules and the lines, riding from the bank zone to the Mission, back across town to Fisherman's Wharf, seeing all sorts of people, holidays, shoppers, lugging bulging bags of consumer goods, young and old people, poor folks, and upwardly mobile urbanites. Two black dudes hanging out on 3rd Street under the freeway overpass, drinking Thunderbird, listening to the Grateful Dead on a boombox. It must be 1987. A few lines hastily scrawled in a notebook before reaching the transfer point, jump off the bus onto the next one, flashing the driver my fast pass. Blank doses. I have lived in the hate for 23 years. The buds that I speak of will get you high. Give me your money now. I will let you hold this sheet. Don't you dare run off of it. I will be back in 10 minutes. An hour later, I have had my shot of heroin, speed, cocaine. You have a sheet of blank doses and lots of food. This is about the time I went to Ireland in my dreams. John Jameson and Son. John Jameson and Son, Irish waters of the Liffey, as I stumbled drunk down the hill from the tower to cross the streets of Dublin, a place I've never been, and never pass a pub. There I saw my brother lover, all alone and with no other. I told an old joke of whiskey and mirth, and he quite nearly fell off his bar stool. Sawdust on the floor, of course, The river and the whiskey flowed to all the town and throughout the land like a starred dewdrop woman, shimmering with countless gems. We rolled with her in the meadow, through morning grass. My friend had a smoke, and I turned to writing books. Fathers and sons drinking together, and every single and blended grandfather, distilled in Ireland, like some of my favorite ancestors, keen things seen in the woods, stones marking the road, of course, playing checkers, happy laughter, red cheeks every evening, my friends, the old boys, telling each other the same story from their childhoods, and always standing by their own saintly and drunken mother. I am telling you, it was enough to drive me to solitude, exile, and cunning, even though I always turn up again at the pub. Here's some quotes. God made whiskey to prevent the Irish from ruling the earth. Graffiti I saw in the light booth near here at the Guild Theater at the University of San Francisco, circa 1985. God is perfect, man is not. Man made whiskey, God made pot. It's graffiti on Haight Street, circa 1987. And this is attributed to James Joyce. The pun is the highest form of humor. And John Joyce, his father's advice to his daughters, never marry a cork man. Your mother did. Here's one about one of our great San Francisco eccentrics. It's called Chew the Protester, the Mighty Frank Chew. Everybody's building big movements and votes. Some are building social networks. Others are jotting down notes. Impeached populations in despair. Every girl and boy. But when Chew the Protester gets here, everybody's going to jump for joy. Come all without, come all through, you'll not see nothing like the mighty Chew. I like to do like the rest of you. I like my honey sweet, but invaders from 12 galaxies, that ain't my cup of meat. Everybody's neath trees, feeding pigeons on a limb, but when Chew the Protester gets here, all the pigeons are going to run to him. Come all now, come all, you too. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Chew. A cat's meow, a cow's moo. I can recite burrito justice to all. Just tell me where it hurts you, honey, and I'll tell you which acrotocracies to call. Nobody here can get any sleep. Guilty to a zigotronic rocket society. It's on everyone's nose. When Chew the Protester gets here, everybody's going to want a dose. Come all without, come on all through. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Chew. Come all without, come on, you too. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Chew. And yes, I did borrow from Broadway. Maximus Beast. Maximus Beast, son of a priest, was covered with dark black hair. Maximus Beast went to a feast and ate all the wee poodles there. Maximus Beast's appetite increased as he walked one night the moon. Maximus Beast, disturbed to say the least, said, I hope I find something to eat soon. Maximus Beast has never, ever ceased to make poodles shiver as with chill. Maximus Beast, grown slightly old and creased, sleeps at the top of the hill. Maximus Beast, and I do mean the beast, pretended he just didn't care. Maximus Beast returned to the feast and ate all the wee poets there. W.C. Fields forever. Picture yourself on a stage in a theater, with swells in the orchestra and gods in the clouds. Somebody cues you, you answer on time. A Flo Ziegfeld girl with Bessie Pool eyes. Let me take you down to the old vaudeville town because I'm juggling around with W.C. Fields. I'm dialing for dollars on the weekday matinee on old Broadway, plenty to get buzzed about. W.C. Fields forever. A rich man be nothing but a poor man with money, and we are all going out to California to live. You take Baby Leroy, and I'll take Tommy Buck. See how they mash like roadhogs from a crash? See those wrens, Jan Dugan, Kathleen Howard, old Squidulum and nattering wife will make them run. Here's your pie, you egregious tartuffle. I'm driving. A flask full of breakfast and a bucket full of beer. Floodlights kaleidoscope high over your head. Memory expert seeks scarlet with sun in her eyes. Must be great friends with Kukalaka Mishaba. Maybe Carlotta Monti for years on occasion. Aha, Egbert Cizé, accent grave over the E. Ho ho. Fussy Franklin Pangborn meets loutish Grady Sutton. No trouble with the union at the Black Pussy Cafe. The great McGonagall sitting in the green room, Mae West in mind, waiting for Peggy Joyce to come. If this be Wuhan, China, where can Kansas City be? Kansas City, Kansas? Kansas City, Missouri. Elwood, Brentwood, and Mortimer Snurd. They baffle science. Bill Wolf, you nosy Parker, you let my flask run dry. Oh, drat, how do you do, sir? Godfrey, Daniel, mother of pearl, many Manhattans and martinis. Ah, Beelzebub, cataract and a Vendigo. This a game of chance? Not the way I play it. Sheriff Pretty Willie sitting with subpoenas by the fire. Funny film producers, Max Sennett, William LeBaron. See how they fight like Hattie Hughes in the night. See how all the fun to the Grampian Hills they run, all the way to Tammany Young. Shades of Bacchus. Bow dipping from a blind dog's eye. California goddess, pornographic priestess, woke, you've been a red hot girl, you let your scanty panties down. Groucho, Harpo, Chico, Zeppo, climbing up the Hollywood sign. Little Charlie Chaplin kissing Una O'Neill. Wow, you should have seen them kicking Edgar Kennedy. Let me show you how Stan and Ollie fool around, because we're going to see W.C. Fields. Sergeant Pepper has nothing to say, but it's okay. The big top will now be going on. Suckers and chumps, for not the good humor man. An honest man. W.C. Fields forever. Always know, sometimes think of Shemp Howard, a dash of Rover and an appreciative Snake. Which skullduggery grabbed the scallywag's fetlock. The Snake stuck his tail outside of the wickiup and deftly rattled for a constable or a singing killer. But you never know. Charlie McCarthy when it's a dream. Hard to tell where Hollywood ends and the DTs begin. That said, I think I'll have a drink. The gondola taxis arrive at a Venice canal, waiting to take Mr. Wilkins Macabre away. Margaret Hamilton rides a broomstick so high. Margaret Dumont still hasn't a clue. Come up and see me sometime, my little chickadee. Let me take you downtown and all around, because I'm going to be W.C. Fields. Everything's surreal and nothing too weird about it. I am the great man. I'd like to see Paris before I die. Philadelphia will do. I'd rather have 2 girls at 21 each than 1 girl at 42. W.C. Fields forever. Don't you let that deal go down. W.C. Fields forever. Still looking for loopholes. W.C. Fields forever. C'est fini. One more to finish?
Absolutely. You've got like 5 minutes.
All right.
That was great.
Thanks, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here. And I'm really happy that this is the group that Richard Sanderall founded. And I think
Absolutely.
you guys are continuing his work. The Funny Face Gang. Screaming, gleaming, close at hand, churning, burning in the sand. Forget them, lad, let them hang. Forget the Funny Face Gang. Growing, sowing across the land, moving, grooving, contraband. Escape your evil ways, she sang. Escape the Funny Face Gang. Listening to a band, hearing, cheering each demand. Ignore their blasts, ignore their bang, ignore the Funny Face Gang. Fighting, reprimand, beaming, dreaming, final stand. Deny them all. That last cry rang. Deny the Funny Face Gang. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody here. So happy to see my friends on the Zoom. Thanks, everybody.